Hello, 7th graders. This is Mr. Piercy here to explain Day 2's lesson. So the learning really is about how to explain how society changed over time. And so this introductory slide is showing you if music were the theme, we would see how music was changing from the 50s to the 90s. So with Elvis all the way to, I'm not sure who that is in the 90s, 60s and 70s is a pretty groovy time with the Beatles, and then we get into the 80s and the air guitar. So for today's lesson, you're really looking at an object. So you'll be picking an object that you're interested in looking at and seeing how it's changed. So what you're doing is you're finding a video from the internet, and I'll show you in a moment what we chose to do. And this is your choice. If the video ends up being more than 10 minutes, please indicate from what section to what section we should watch. For example, from the 2-minute mark to the 5-minute mark. Should just be a few minutes though. Please post a link of their video on the Google Classroom question, and the question's called Change of an Object. Type in your posting 3 things that you learned about how the object has changed, and then include why you thought those things were interesting, and you'll turn it in. The step number 5 is probably the most important part, and that is for you to participate in the group discussion, which is your whole class, and you intelligently responding to one other student's post. So here's the example, and I'll show you how I began it. Went into Google and I typed a topic that interested me about coffee and just how drinking coffee has changed, and it didn't occur to me, but coffee lids have changed. So I opened this TED video, it was just 3 minutes and 16 seconds long, and I watched it, and this is what I found interesting. So here's the assignment, change of an object, same directions, and you'll post the name of the video and the link to it. And then the 3 things I learned. First Snap-on coffee lid was invented in 1950. I didn't know that. And at that time, there was not even an opening in it for people to drink out of. And then in the 1960s, the United States had a sort of revolution for coffee drinking, and it was more on the move. And then the third thing that I learned was that the current coffee cup is based on an iteration that ended up in 1984. So our Starbucks lids and any other major coffee brand were drinking out of lids that kind of were designed, many years ago, and they're thinking now the next step is to make them more sustainable. So I'd be ready to turn this in. I could make it better. I could put why I selected these, why I found them interesting. So once I've turned it in, and you can see down here on the bottom of the slide, please remember to turn it on Google Classroom, and it's due the evening that you have the class. So for my students, that's on Monday, but for some of Miss Vote's students, that'll also be on Tuesday. So step 5, intelligently respond to one other student's post. So a reminder that this is an extension of the classroom, so we're not doing things like LOL and cool post, dude. It's more a chance to push each other to think more about what we've said, and to specifically comment on positively what did you like about what other people posted. So it's not a popularity contest, rather hopefully you see what a lot of different people post and you just add to our group's discussion. So that's it. If you have any questions, please let Miss Vote or myself know. Thanks so much.